Good day guys, today I'm going to fly from Frankfurt to Punta Cana and yeah, the last time I did the flight was 2 days ago or 3 days. My engine number 3 had a problem, that's why I had to cancel the stream, and then I had to do another flight which comes in 2 weeks. It's going to be a video, and yeah. So now I'm going to fly to Punta Cana. Dylan, hi. There are any cold and dark tutorials for my Mrs. Bart. Just click on my latest videos or on my previous videos. Basically you just have to turn off the external power and the battery and the navigation, the IRS things, to have it cold and dark. So you just shouldn't forget to enter your position, and that's it. So I don't know if I have the latest version of the 747, but it's definitely amazing. So let's start. Hydraulic sets. No, okay. Navigation lights on. Let's enter the FNC. We are going to fly from Frankfurt to... and the weight is currently done by the X-Plane menu. Like here, weight and balance. From Frankfurt to Mike Delta Papa Charlie. And let me see. Yeah. So flight number will be Lufthansa 542. Direct to Sobra. From November 857 to Guinea. From Tango 300 to Zendo. From November 502 P-Code. November 502 to Radka. Direct to Nertu. To Betra. Direct to 4820 North. 4530 North. 4140 North. To 3550 North. Go to Siefen. Opal. And Karton. Guys, give me 1 minute, I need to check something. Okay, I'm back. So, runway 25 is in use. Departure 25 center. Now I need to check my flight plan again. Zobra 5 Papa departure. Execute, arrival will be runway need to check that again. Not that nice. Ah, there it is. Okay, so arrival runway is I guess 08. Yeah, 08. ANAV 08 and Katok 1 Whiskey arrival. ANAV 08 via let's check it. So no discontinuity. Agnal arrival Agnal. Okay, great. In the reference performance, our takeoff weight is 306.6 tons. Cost index will be 75. Cruise altitude level 340. Thrust limit. Takeoff 1. Flaps. Which flaps should I use? Let's take flaps 10. Okay. You only have two choices. Flaps 10 or flaps 20. I made a mistake a few months ago when I did the first flight with the 747-400. I took off with flaps 5, which was a bit too well, it was not enough as the flaps position. So yeah, you should only take off with flaps 10 or 20. But in this case, when I took off out of Frankfurt for the first time with the 747-400, it was still successfully. So the departure was not smashed into the ground or so. But I was really heavy. So when you are heavy, you should take flaps 20, so that the V-speeds are not that high. Okay, so performance is set. Great. Okay, that should work. Let's start the APU. Generators on.
Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, einen wunderschönen guten Tag, hier spricht der Flugkapitän. Ich freue mich, Sie heute an Bord begrüßen zu dürfen. Momentan wird das letzte Gepäck an Bord verstaut, sodass wir keine Verspätung haben sollten. Ich werde mich später wieder bei Ihnen melden und wünsche Ihnen nun einen angenehmen Aufenthalt an Bord und hoffe, dass Sie den Flug genießen werden. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome aboard from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. I want to thank all of you for being with us today. We're just getting the last of the luggage stowed on board and we should be departing on time in just a few minutes. I will be speaking to you again later on, so thanks again and enjoy the flight.
Between. This is the gate where I departed from in real life. Bravo 24. It's quite nice when you see the heavies around you, because Bravo 22 and Bravo 20 are for heavy, and Bravo 24 is for an AP21 or so. Jetway is not disconnected. Ah, yeah, because it's a manual connection. Clear all. See already disconnected? No. And now it disconnects. Okay. APU generator on, external power disconnect. Okay, then engine bleeds on. Let's do the pushback. Or check is everything away. Yeah. Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I would like to push to here.
Ground to cockpit. Close driving up.
Thanks. Runway heading is 247 degrees. Great.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is not set. Okay. No smoking on, seatbelts on. Okay.
Now connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
Now I have to be careful. If I fail the engine start, the plane is broken. Or the flight will not occur. I take auto start. Fuel pumps all on. Fuel is not in the center or step tanks, okay. Secondary engine display, and let's start engine number 3 and 4. Normally you are not allowed to start your engines in this area while pushing back, but on the right side there is everything is clear on the right, so thanks Eddie at Trash. You have to turn off at least 2 packs and hydraulic, 1 for. Yeah, I know that in the 400 only the 4th go to aux, but auxiliary is when you are on the ground, then you have the auxiliary hydraulic unit. But the hydraulic demand pumps overtook this system, so I'm going to start the hydraulic pump 1
Operation
and 4
complete.
after
Please
pushback.
set parking brake.
Setting the brake. As soon as the pushback drive is clear,
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'm going to activate the hydraulic pump 1 and 4. And packs go off. Okay, let's do that. Okay, now I can turn on the hydraulic pumps because he is clear. Starting into number 1 and 2.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed and signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Auto start off, APU off, packs on, isolation valves close. Okay, close and APU bleed off. He's clear, that's great. Flaps 10. Scope mode Charlie, auto brake RTO, flight control check, flight directors and auto thrust. Flight directors on, auto thrust arm. Okay. Full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder full left, and rudder full right. Flight control check is completed. Oh, I need to insert the V2 speed. Take off 164 knots V2. He's not texting through me. I hope not. Anyway. Let's start. I wanted to look at something, but I forgot that. Oh, I forgot what I wanted to say. Japan Airlines 747. Unusual guest in Frankfurt. This is close. Ui, yeah, okay, this is really close. Yeah, it should work. Normally these gates get used for the 747, but they are not built therefore, because they are just too long. The 747s for those gates. Now it takes into the correct radius. Okay. I think I forgot something, but I don't know. the safety check.
May we have your attention, please, for the following presentation about safety on board. Your hand luggage must be placed in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. It's forbidden to place hand luggage in front of the bulkhead seats or the emergency exits. For safety reasons, the use of any electronic devices is prohibited during taxiing, takeoff, and landing. Personal electronic equipment, such as telephones and wireless transmitting devices, may not be used at any time during the flight. Please fasten your seatbelt now as we're taking off. Because turbulence can occur unexpectedly, you are obliged to have your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated
View is
until
off.
the aircraft comes to a full
Then
stop after landing. Whenever the fasten seatbelt sign is on,
it should
the use
work.
of the lavatories is not permitted. For takeoff and landing, make sure that the back
So
of
just
your
for
seat
explanation,
is in a fully upright
if
position, and that your tables
I
are
turn off
folded
this
away.
engine or this engine or
Secure
any engine
entrance
of
with the
these
infant
four,
belt, which will be
then it's not
distributed
going
by
to
your
be
flight attendant if needed.
or it is
This
not
is a
able to
non-smoking flight. Smoking
start
is
again
not permitted at any time
because
on
of a
board.
bug or so.
Smoking in
But
the lavatories is
that's not
dangerous
a problem
and will activate a smoke alarm.
unless I'm
If
in a
cabin
case like
pressure is lost, oxygen masks will
unless
be
I would
released
be in a case
automatically.
like
Pull the
last
mask
time
towards your face and cover
where I
your nose and
accidentally
mouth. Then help children and
shut
other
that engine
passengers.
down because I forgot to turn
In
on the
case of
fuel
impact
pumps.
on land or water, position yourself as shown
Can
on the
happen.
screen. You may use either
But
position.
shouldn't.
To evacuate the aircraft, follow the illuminated escape path markings. The emergency exits are identified by exit signs and are located as shown on the screen and the safety on board card. Your life jacket is located under your seat or below the armrest. Pull the life jacket over your head and attach the strap. Do not inflate your life jacket until you leave the aircraft. Pull the strap until the life jacket is properly adjusted. If the life jacket does not inflate or needs more air, blow through the rubber tube. Infant life jackets will be distributed if required. In case of emergency on water, the evacuation slides will serve as rafts. The safety on board card shows the various procedures and the use and location of the safety equipment. Please study the card carefully.
Clear
In an
left
emergency,
side.
you must follow the orders given by the crew.
It's
Thank you for
line
your
up.
attention.
Für weitere Informationen wenden Sie sich bitte an Ihr Kabinenpersonal. Im
Approaching
Notfall müssen Sie sich an die
2-5
Anweisungen
center.
der Besatzung
Checked.
halten. Wir danken für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Pour de plus amples informations, veuillez vous adresser à votre personnel de cabine. En cas d'urgence, vous devez suivre les instructions de l'équipage. Nous vous remercions de votre attention. Per ulteriori informazioni, la preghiamo di contattare il personale di cabina. In caso di emergenza, è obbligatorio seguire le istruzioni dell'equipaggio.
On runway
La ringraziamo
25
per la sua
center.
attenzione.
another plane. Oh, it should be 7. Anyway, landing lights on. Taxi lights off, strobe lights, wing lights on. Transponder mode is on Charlie. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, fuel window off. Take off. Engines are running stable. Setting thrust. Takeoff power set. $80 knots checked. 1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Going to accelerate at 4,000 feet to attract the flaps. And I try to maintain 174 knots, V2 plus 10 knots for a stable climb to acceleration altitude. Increasing rate of climb. Okay. Let's accelerate. LNAV, VNAV, left CMD, gear off, flaps 5. Flaps 1, and flaps up. Great, it works.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, standard QNH. Let's check the arrival time. Arrival. Okay, 1905 local. That works. Climb to Flight 340. That was really fast. We're now at 10,000 feet already. Power climb. The only issue is that it is not continuing to climb. Normally it should accelerate now to 280 knots or 300 knots, whatever, and should climb thereafter, after reaching the further climb speed. Landing lights off, wing lights off. Okay, now he checks it. why it's forbidden. It could also be the case that we see. Yeah, it could be the issue, but I'm not sure. Let's wait until reaching this waypoint. No, it's not changing. I tell him now that he should continue to climb with 320 knots or 340 knots. To level 340. Now, this is also an item which needs attention. This pressure should end at 10,500 feet. Rate is accelerating, magnitude as well. Does great. The problem is if the pressure is still continuing to rise, then it would be a depressurization, and then pilots are instructed to do an emergency descent due to depressurization. I did that a few months ago in Amsterdam. My flight from Munich to... Was it from Munich or from Frankfurt? I guess from Frankfurt to... I guess Fort de France or Points are leaks, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I really appreciated it, how the Amsterdam controllers handled the situation. Or the Amsterdam controllers handled the situation. They did it very professionally. I wanted to do an emergency for showing the procedures last week, but during the Zurich event, but the controller denied my emergency and I returned back to Germany. This wasn't that nice. It's really not nice if you plan everything like an emergency to show the procedures on YouTube, and the controller just denies your emergency. Why is he climbing with the same rate? This is not normal. because I set my thrust over to now Lina. He always goes back to takeoff thrust, but that's not the purpose. Normally the climb thrust is always smaller than the takeoff thrust, but there are rare cases where the takeoff thrust is smaller than the climb thrust. Like if you have a really long runway, like 4,000 or 5,000 meters, and you are heavy or not that heavy, then you can take a lot of D-rate, but the climb, therefore the climb would be really, really difficult. That's why the thrust is increasing after takeoff to prevent the aircraft from stalling, to prevent the aircraft from climbing with a really low climbing rate, because that would take forever then to climb to the climbing. This climb thrust right here is normal, so it's quite okay. Okay guys, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed my video and on my live stream. And we see us later during my arrival in Punta Cana. So thanks again, stay safe and goodbye. See you.